Top of the week. This has been a beautiful week in hip hop media and just media in general and podcasting. So, what's been happening right now? Obviously, the biggest thing in hip hop is Kendrick Lamar versus Drake versus everybody. So that's been the hottest thing. And in times like this, I think this is the first time everything in music has shifted to where not podcasting is directly infused into hip hop beef. The most current and biggest beef that we've had, podcasting, radio has almost taken a zero play into what's been happening amongst the people.
Yeah, we the new Smack DVD or like that whole era. This is back like the 50
That's exactly
era,
what it is, because it's been so many. It's been so many things that's been happening. So obviously we got Kendrick Lamar taking shots on the Like That track. Then we got Drake returning shots. But even after the Like That track and Drake didn't return any shots, we're looking at our podcast music people to guide us through this type shit. You know, I would say it's not even. We're looking for Joe Budden. If we're looking for the Rory and Mal Podcast, we're looking for DJ Akademiks. Like those, we're looking for those podcast sources.
The counselors
pretty much in this music landscape, because they're the ones who have established themselves as music podcasting / streaming media platforms, right?
It's been that way for a couple of years now.
And it's been that way for a couple of years. We haven't had anything big enough to where all of us collectively were like, where are we focusing in our attention at? Because I'm not thinking of Hot 97 or The Breakfast Club when it was on. You know what I'm saying? My first thing that came to my mind was, what does Joe have to think about this? You know?
Yeah, but did you see what The Breakfast Club had to say? Because like I did, just for the purpose of this show.
Right,
we're going to end up talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. I did, but it didn't hold enough weight for me to like.
It wasn't interesting.
No, because the Brain Idiots overshadowed the Breakfast Club thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking crazy.
Not only that, the Brain Idiots, even though that's not even a music platform, they had a say in this too. Yeah. In terms of influence.
Charlotte had to say.
Yeah, Charlotte had a say in terms of this.
Andrew had some ad-libs
in this thing. So this is also a shout out to Mal, because Mal went so crazy that one of the top comments on the episode was how crazy Mal was going. One of the top comments on our episode. So Rory and Mal drops the same day we drop.
Yeah.
So we obviously didn't see it or listen to it before we recorded, because we record Monday nights.
We got better things to do.
Yeah, Mal was going so fucking crazy. This is one of our top comments on the episode while we're premiering.
Yeah.
Mal had an MJ game, 7-game performance on the Rory and Mal podcast today, breaking down the 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃 apology. Shit was hysterical. I didn't search that, but we do need to look that up on YouTube. But it was pretty much Mal was going the fuck in, you know, and he had that emotion that
he was telling his truth.
He was telling that truth. So as like I'm seeing even Mal get activated and shit like that, I was like, all right, I think it's only fair that we like rank who had the hottest week, right? In podcasting. And before Drake responded, Mal was winning in my book. And the reason he was winning in my book is because he had the time. Go ahead.
You said Mal was winning?
Mal was winning.
Winning what?
Mal was winning in terms of.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. In terms of who
terms of
talked
performance.
About it the best.
Yeah, I'm talking about who talked about it the best, whose performance was the best. Because podcasting was so infused in this, I'm like, well, on the next episode, I think we should just rank who had the best performance.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at what everybody did, right? Mal went crazy. See if you can find a short.
And Mal,
instead of a video.
The reason why Mal was just so perfect, it was just pure emotion.
It was. He was speaking for what we all felt.
And it's almost ironic that like he's talking about Kendrick, who only drops every 4 years. Yeah. And it's like Mal, who only really does this every couple of months. Like he actually shows. And this
rant that he had was directed towards J. Cole, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the rant, not only did his rant go so like aggressive and like really speak for them, he had niggas from the Dreamville camp like retweeting it, talking about if something like that is gonna stop you from fucking with a nigga, it's like he wasn't really a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and do you think? I was about to say, but do you think like he understands? Well, he obviously understands his name and like just his history of what his family has done, like as far as his brother. Yeah. But does he classify himself as like the top nigga in hip hop media? Like my word
hell
is
no.
one of the.
I don't think so.
I don't even think he would like us.
You don't even
calling
think he
him
cares about it?
I don't even think he would like to be called a podcaster. Honestly, I like Mal.
He just wants to live his life.
Yeah,
and be
Mal
like,
is such an interesting person. I feel like if,
no, he's a real nigga, AJ.
You're right.
You're not that.
Not
We
even
not
a real
that.
nigga. It's just he has a real set of morals and values. Like however obscure
Yeah.
they might be, and it's rare that somebody probably challenges his philosophy so like blatantly.
yeah,
That's why he
Especially-
was so emotional about it because it's like, nigga,
Go to
this,
their Instagram.
this is one of Maul's 10 Commandments.
And
Yeah.
you got to think about the era. My bad, damn.
good. Yes,
But you got
fine.
to think about the era when he comes from. Of when rap was like actual rap. You know, poets was battling each other.
right.
You know what
yeah,
I'm
so that's
saying?
what he was pretty much kind of going crazy, saying this shit ain't hip hop. You know, speaking about Cole waving the white flag on stage, which we all felt.
Yeah.
But once we get this pulled up, Rory and Mal.
Y'all, Jamie's having a hard time.
Hey, shout out to Angel Reese. Got her boobs out.
Yeah. I didn't even see that little white woman that was next to her.
How can you?
There was some tall titties in the way.
I don't know which one is
A
the
black
bullshit.
woman all of a sudden.
I have to
Go
click
back
on
to-
one.
No,
Just
go,
another
shut
titties
up,
all of a sudden.
Go back to
The
No,
main
you got
page
it.
and post. So we can read the
yeah,
captions.
yeah.
See what's going on. It should be recent. Well, nah, it actually wasn't
right
that
here.
recent.
Because
Yeah,
it
look at the
dropped
one with him
same
and J.
day.
Cole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. Yeah, so it's
Might have
before
probably
that.
done better.
Shout out to Mal for these exclusive fitteds.
And shout out to Maul for hiding one of his best performances. Why is it this
You gotta
hard to
click
see?
them. You gotta click them so we can find out.
Whose album cover was that had that bitch's ass?
Vultures?
Nah, not Vultures.
No,
that
that was
one right
Party
there.
Next Door.
That was Party Next Door.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because it doesn't even matter. This nigga lost anyway. He lost to Akademiks. Akademiks ran the world on Saturday, so it don't really matter anyway. Because Mal was gonna win off of how like passionate and what his response did by like kind of fucking the internet up because so many people were with him, and overall positively what it would do for Rory and Mal Podcast. But Akademiks, when Drake dropped, this nigga was doing numbers. My
It's
nigga,
hard to compare though. Like academics don't
not
sleep.
hard to compare at all.
You don't sleep.
No, I don't think it's hard to compare at all. I think, plus we're also just ranking this moment right now.
Yeah, we're ranking the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not a comparison because Akademiks is a madman. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's gonna take it. His form of content is shaped for a nigga that's addicted to this. Like he's streaming all day.
Yeah.
He's hopping up out of the bed when
Yeah.
Twitter gets lit just to talk about what's going on. Maul has nowhere near that amount of ambition.
Yeah.
He doesn't care this
In
much.
terms
It's
of
very,
like,
it's very like hit or miss.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like he's a hooper that just dropped 30 randomly. Like
Yeah.
it kind of happens. They're good
Yeah.
at basketball. They're gonna drop 30.
I saw
eventually.
people saying that Julian also wasn't there. I didn't have time to actually go back and listen to the episode, but I heard that Julian wasn't there, and a lot of people were also saying, let's not have him around anymore because maybe we'll get better performance out of Mal.
You fucked the vibe up.
That's what they were saying. Like, no Julian episodes, we get the best performance of Mal. I think people were trying to put the two together. I don't watch the show weekly, so I couldn't tell you if that's the case at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it could have just been the moment, and he'd have done that whether Julian was there or not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but because I don't watch that shit.
I think he would have. Julian might have made it better because it's like you need like a nigga that has no idea of what he's talking about.
No, the fuck you don't.
Sometimes,
What?
yeah, you do.
No,
because
not in
ignorance
this.
is bliss.
He's
and
trying to
sometimes that
justify his
opens up.
position.
No, sometimes that opens up like different doors to like conversations.
But majority of the time, it fucking and it kills the momentum of something good that's happening. A nigga just asking dumbass questions.
Well, it's
It's
also
like I hate that shit. Like I hate that shit.
and I'm
Stop
ranking.
asking dumbass questions, nigga.
I'm ranking like it's also dumbass questions. Like Julian isn't a dumbass nigga. Like you know what I mean? It's just the questions wouldn't be. The questions might be a little ignorant,
Yeah,
but they're not going to be dumb. You get
when
what
a
I'm
nigga's
saying?
cooking, nobody needs to interrupt it when a nigga's like really
be
going
interrupted?
crazy. Yeah, but that's what you're saying. What's he gonna add? If a nigga like if Mal is like going crazy, what is Julian gonna add?
It
can
sounds
see
like
what
you.
he's saying.
It sounds like you agree with them Reddit niggas.
Like if Julian
I don't
come
know.
in-
I didn't watch the episode. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
You were just like throwing a blanket statement out of maybe somebody that doesn't know what's going there.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
ever think that's a benefit.
Word.
Sometimes it is, but like most of the time it's not.
I think he means more so from like the angle of somebody else is addressing the other
what I just
side.
said.
So Julian might be in there all soft, like this is good for J. Cole's help, and then Maul can dunk all over it because it's like no.
Oh,
nigga,
okay. Yeah,
this
and
is
they
rap.
might
In
have had that
aspect-
already though. They might have had
Yeah.
that because it's not like Mal was there by himself.
Oh yeah, nah.
Menace was still there and Rory was still there. I'm sure.
It would have been the same conversation.
Yeah, it probably would have been the same.
But Julian is like just out the culture, so it would have been kind of funny.
For sure. You don't know what the fuck going on. But
yeah,
man,
shout out to Akademiks.
Akademiks went so crazy. Akademiks went so crazy that what Akademiks did over the last like 2 days, he's also did a Patreon episode with Joe that we're gonna roll into next. But Akademiks did so well over the last 2 to 3 days in terms of like establishing himself as that nigga in hip hop media that I'm not gonna discuss what happened with his personal life. All I'm gonna say is, Ak, you're up right now. If that bitch reaches out, this is not do not take her back. Just you stay focused.
Oh, okay.
You lock in. You're locked in right now. You can stay locked in.
You got,
we are not.
You have to tell the context.
No, I don't need to tell the context.
They watch the show.
They know what's going on.
The problem is he's not gonna listen because this is what happens. Right after your championship game, you get your medal. You in the locker room and the bitch is looking real sympathetic. She's looking real rational.
Don't do whatever you do.
She's like, why are we arguing all the time? You're just so great. Just keep being great.
Akademiks was
back into the spectrum.
Yeah. Akademiks, you're doing so well right now. Now's the time. This is a moment of weakness that might be exploited. Do not fall for that fucking bait. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just because new bitches. There's so many more bitches out there.
Yeah, because ever since Akademiks has also been live streaming on Twitter, his numbers have been through the roof. And during this premiere, the reason why he even won this whole thing, there was at one point 729,000 people in his live stream on Twitter.
Yeah.
Every time I was watching his stream all Saturday, I didn't see the numbers dip below 39,000. And then I still don't. I'm not on Rumble, so I don't know what his Rumble was. You know what I'm saying? And I think he also streams on Facebook and shit.
But
so
Rumble numbers be stupid as shit.
Yeah, Rumble numbers be kind of weird.
Lotto numbers.
Yeah, they'd be super high, but then it's like the live chat doesn't reflect how high they are. So
it'd be 4 billion views and 12 comments.
And honestly, I don't know about Twitter views too, because ever since he's been live streaming on Twitter, the nigga be having like 50, 100, 200,000 people in there.
And that's live. That's not even counting like the views of the viral clips after and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's just sitting there.
That's what I'm saying.
It's getting a lot of attention.
The nigga almost had 1 million people. He had almost 800,000 people live watching after Drake dropped, because I think Drake actually sent him the song directly. He was the only one that had the actual mixed and mastered version.
He was the only one that was acting like he thought it was AI, but was really confident that it wasn't.
Yeah, but then he got the mixed and mastered version after that, and then Rick Ross sent him the track. Then he premiered the Rick Ross joint. So it's like Akademiks was that nigga on Saturday.
He positioned himself perfectly to just orchestrate this whole beef. Like when we look back on the documentary of this shit, he's gonna have to have a little interview to where he was like, nigga, Drake was tripping. Even when he was on Vlad, it kind of feels like back in the day when 𝙬𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 would go on Vlad, when it was like some real hip hop shit going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, what's this nigga got to say about this shit? Like, I have to click it. That's what I was doing with DJ Akademiks' latest shit.
Oh, because he did just go to Vlad.
He just went to Vlad and he's talking about the Kendrick shit and the Drake beef and all that.
Yeah, this is I guess I could. I don't know if I should make this a different segment. Let me make it a different segment. No, I'm gonna keep it as. I'm gonna keep it the same. Let me before we just like kind of. Fuck. I'm trying to figure out if we should focus in on his repositioning at the top of being number one, because I feel like in this last week he's been repositioned at the top.
For sure.
In hip hop media. Yeah. I think that needs its own segment.
Well, the momentum right there. So
I was about to say, let's go with that.
Yeah, so